I'm excited. I'm trying to keep myself together. All right. Kathleen Kennedy to step down as Lucasfilm president and return to full time producing. Dave Filoni to lead Lucasfilm as president and chief creative officer alongside Lin Wen Brennan as co president. Your boy, Dave Filoni, is now going to be the face of Star Wars. And as you guys noticed before, I believe they had like a Star Wars event, right? And it was Dave Filoni that was there. It was not Kathleen Kennedy. And, there was speculation, right? There was speculation in the air, but it's been a dream for Star Wars fans. And we've had fake news how many times about Kathleen Kennedy stepping down from Star Wars, retiring from Disney. Like, but this is great. So let's get into it. The Walt Disney Studios announced today that after nearly 14 years of leading Lucasfilm, President Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down from her role and will transition back to full-time producing, including the studio's upcoming feature films, The Mandalorian Grogu, which I was excited to see, okay? I want to see another trailer, and Star Wars Starfighter, which I'm not even too sure I saw that. I'm going to have to look at that. But going forward, Dave Filoni will take on creative leadership of Lucasfilm as president and chief creative officer, Lucasfilm, and Lin Wen Brennan will serve as co-president Lucasfilm. Okay? With each having held senior executive roles at the studio for more than 15 years. The two will report to Disney Entertainment co-chairman Alan Bergman, which, if I believe, he was responsible for canceling Acolyte, which, I heard some people are against this guy, some people are with him, some people are saying he's not like a fan of Star Wars, right? But honestly, if he canceled the Acolyte, I mean, I can't see a better pick, in my opinion, because Acolyte was absolute dog water in more ways than one. The fact that the story was shit, the fact that they changed up the material in their lightsabers, they were really heavy, right? Granted, the final fight scene was kind of cool, but kind of lame too. I mean, it's very mid. It had its moments. The acting overall though, Jesus Christ. The red lightsaber transition. Oh Lord. Darth Plagueis coming out like a freaking like some kind of freaking homeless man creeping out looking like he's on meth. Like, bro, I don't even know what happened with that series, right? And I prayed to God there would not be a sequel. And lo and behold, it's your boy Alan Bergman that answered my prayers. I said, I can't stand this shit no more. It's too, like, bro, how many hits are we going to take? But I digress. Let's get back into it. Okay. So they have to report to co-chairman Alan Bergman, and their close collaboration will carry Lucasfilm into the next chapter of storytelling with a strong foundation of creative vision and operational leadership guiding the studio forward. And I want to give Dave Filoni the benefit of the doubt. 110%. He is the man. Ya boy. And if there was any time to reference him as a Star Wars character right now, he is the New Hope. Okay? He is the Luke Skywalker. Okay? Okay, maybe the Ben Solo. Okay, I'm veering off. He's the guy, man. This makes me really excited. Now, what we have here. When we acquired Lucasfilm more than a decade ago, we knew we were bringing into the Disney family not only one of the most beloved and enduring storytelling universes ever created, but also a team of extraordinary talent led by a visionary filmmaker. And I believe they're talking about Kathleen Kennedy. Okay, I'm gonna put my input in afterwards, okay? Someone who had been handpicked by George Lucas himself, no less, said Bob Iger, Chief Executive Officer of Walt Disney, right? We're deeply grateful for Kathleen Kennedy's leadership, her vision, and her stewardship of such an iconic studio and brand. Now, listen, listen, listen. Okay, let me just read a little more. Kathleen Kennedy has been a tremendous force in the industry for 50 years. Right? She is successful. And it's been our privilege to have her here at Disney leading Lucasfilm for nearly 14 of them. We're going to talk about that. And this is what Bergman's saying. She has steered Star Wars to incredible box office heights. That is not true. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it, okay? Box office heights, and brought a new generation of fans into the fold. Yes, a bunch of fucking haters. We appreciate having her on board to produce our next couple of films, and the studio remains in extraordinarily capable hands with Dave Filoni, which is 100% true. I believe it. Who is a brilliant storyteller, and Lin-Wen Brennan, an avid innovator and business leader. They are deeply passionate and experienced executives who will continue to drive the studio and Star Wars forward in exciting new directions. Now listen, the whole thing with Kathleen Kennedy, okay? First of all, the box office. The box office sales were so high because we haven't gotten a Star Wars movie in so long. And obviously, with the expectations that you would have from the original trilogy and the prequels, you could say, peak storytelling from the original trilogy, peak cinematic battles from the prequels, right? You would think that the new trilogy would excel in both, right? Or at least one would be absolute peak, with the other still being very, very good. Now, granted, for Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams. Buddy, you okay? Reverse sneezing. You good? You guys? They're messing around. They're always playing. As I was saying, for J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, okay? Listen. Star Wars Episode 7, in my opinion, was a great movie. It was. It was a great movie, great cliffhanger, great introduction to Rey, Finn, bringing in Han Solo and Chewie, and the whole thing with Luke disappearing and the mystery behind it. There was so much buildup to what Episode 8 could have been. It was like, dude, the theories, it was insane, bro. It was absolutely insane. It was a great movie, in my opinion. The problem is when you switch the directors, right? You had J.J. Abrams, and then you had, God, I suppress his name. I don't even want to remember his name. Oh, God. No, I don't remember his name. I could care less to know, to be honest. I'm glad I suppressed it that much. But when you switch directors, right? It's just, I've never seen it cause such a catastrophe in my life, and it's a shame it happened to Star Wars. You had such a buildup with J.J. Abrams' film from Episode 7, and then it gets completely and utterly destroyed in The Last Jedi, right? Luke dies in the theaters. I saw it in the theaters. All I felt was sadness, disappointment, hearts crushed. You could feel, you could hear the bones in people quivering. They couldn't believe it. Their hero, dumbed down to drinking milk out of an animal titty. Who would have thought? It's absolutely fucking insane. I walk out of that theater, and me and this guy are looking at each other, and we say, what the fuck did we watch? And he says, I don't know, man. And we walk out and we go to our cars. And we drive off. And it feels like the darkest time in Star Wars. Then we have JJ come back. JJ saying that there is so much that was done with The Last Jedi that he couldn't bring back Luke if he wanted to. It just wouldn't make sense at the time. I'm not going to diverge into why, right? There's a lot, Ahsoka, World Between Worlds. We saw Anakin, but, it could have been set up. But there was too much damage. It was too late. So the third movie, Episode 9, ended up just becoming this retcon for episode 8. And that's just really what it felt like. It felt like it came at the cost of the story, which the story was already in shambles. JJ was just trying to recover what was left. And this all comes down to Kathleen Kennedy. She was in control, right? She had all the control. I don't know why these decisions were made. But now, even after the aftermath of the movies, we get a bunch of TV shows, right? Some of them good. Some of them really fucking bad. Some of them great. And now, with Kathleen Kennedy leading the charge with Mandalorian and Grogu, I have my gripes. Not only because it's led by her, but because of the trailer itself. It's not like it wasn't bad, but it looked like I could watch it on Disney Plus. Like it looks like a season, bro. It kind of looks like a season, like season 4. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping my expectations to the floor. And there's supposed to be a movie in 2028. This is going to be all your boy, Dave Filoni. Okay? I believe. Going forward. So there's high hopes. But that's all I got to say about Kathleen Kennedy. She was all right. And then she just was not all right. And it got bad. It got worse. Then we had the hate on men and all this other shit. It was bad. Oh, it was bad. Okay? So, we have one more thing here I'm going to read. When George Lucas asked me to take over Lucasfilm upon his retirement, I couldn't have imagined what lay ahead, said Kennedy. It has been a true privilege to spend more than a decade working alongside the extraordinary talent at Lucasfilm. Their creativity and dedication have been an inspiration, and I'm deeply proud of what we've accomplished together. And I'm excited to continue developing films and television with both longtime collaborators and fresh voices who represent the future of storytelling. Right? So we'll see. We'll see. Her being, her going back to producing, it could be good, right? It could be good. We'll see. Because she's just producing, right? But we got Dave leading the face of this, and we're going to see, I'll give it the next 2 to 4 years. Because the next movie is supposed to be in 2028. We'll see if the dark ages of Star Wars is finally over.